Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
What's good, everyone? WCS back on the boulevard once again. A big shout out to the first in the building, Christopher White on deck. What's good? Salute to WCS. I've been waiting for this hot grease. You know I got to deliver. I got a lot of it tonight, shouty. I got a lot of it tonight. God damn. Big Blunts and boxing on deck, man. What's good with it, Blunts? Can't wait for this hot grease comeback. What's good? About time his dumb ass got called out for the flip-flopping. We did it first, though, 10 months ago. Yes, sir. Let them understand, bro. What? Come on, man. Shout out to the OG retro boxing documentaries in the building. What's good with it? Blood on deck. Shout out to the big homie. Shout out to you, man. Y'all definitely go check Big Blunts Boxing Out, Retro Boxing and Documentaries. The OG will take you back in time, however you want it. You know what I'm saying? Old school, new school, boxing talk. I just goddamn calling you a boy and making you feel bad about yourself. God damn it. Shout out WCS from Detroit. Since when the press has become a prediction of the fight, aerodynamics have really resurfaced. I wish the fight was next week. Hey man, we're gonna get to that. Good point, man. See, y'all on y'all shit tonight. See, that's gonna make that's when you throw water and grease, that motherfucker pop all on you and shit. You get them little small scabs. That's what y'all doing. For real, they already typing. These cats already typing. They already know what's up. They already know what's up, man. Shout out to I am Cam Edwards, 1/2, 2. No, I wouldn't say 1/2 because he represents the whole. Shout out to the Apostles, Omaha Zone, in the building. One love to the Archbishop, WCS, and everyone in the chat. The Apostles in the building to lay the hands and spread the good news of boxing. Can I get an amen? Thank you. You may be seated. Toby Bartlett on deck, man. Shout out to Across the Pond, man. You already know, man. It's always good to be global. Yes, indeed. We're global, baby. Global. Yes, sir. Shout out to Al Money on deck. What's good with Al Money? Salute to you. Jamal Neezy in the building. What's good with it? Neezy on deck. Salute WCS, salute chat. Great work, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Major Keep Boxing on deck. What up with it, man? JH on deck. What's good with it, JH? He said, you been doing your thing. Thanks, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about the numbers. It's all about where you're going. You know what I'm saying? I had to hit the front lines, dip in, dip out. You know how special forces do it. I had to hit that Cali up. You know what I'm saying? Tactically, I'll tell you why I did it, okay? I'll tell you all why. I just want to get through the intro. Jameson Edwards, what's good? I see you. Bill's Boot Camp on deck. Yes, sir. Shout out to Bill's Boot Camp in the building. Face on deck. What's good with it? I see you. Salute. Appreciate you pulling up. NO on deck. What did they keep saying? Bud is a 2-division champion. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. They've been paying attention. That's, man. See, you taking my points, man. Taking my talking points. They was throwing shade, man. They was throwing shade. Real talk. And I'm gonna identify who did it. Let me get to it because I just can't get everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support the channel, you already know how you do that. It's right here if you choose to. So shout out to everyone that's in the building. You already know. The first half of the presser kicked off, and I happened to stumble in attendance to one of them over in Beverly Hills. I'm gonna be honest with you, people. Those individuals who are wealthy, they live different than us. You know what I'm saying? But deep down inside, real talk, I couldn't exist over there amongst their company. I couldn't. If they came and knocked on my door, excuse me, I was just bringing you some tea, and we had some hot croissants straight. You can keep them. I'm not gonna drink tea and croissants and all that. I'm about to go down to Whataburger. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm going somewhere. Oh, it's fresh. It's homemade. Homemade tea. We ordered these beans from over in Africa, and these croissants, they're handmade croissants. Yeah, we have a family business and everything. We hand them, roll them ourselves. Okay, I couldn't live over there, bro. I see all the expensive cars and everything, and I'm not hating on them or anything, but this is very costly. Going through Beverly Hills. They have a whole different lifestyle than we average people. But no way, no how I could just wake up and go get the mail and look around me, the palm trees. I don't know, man. That's just not me. But the first half of the presser was in the Beverly Hills Hotel. And I tactically went over there because I felt like I would be able to have more space to roam. Plus, I thought it would be a bit more intimate to show up in California because they weren't expecting too many people to even show up over there, period, because it's just too expensive. Real talk. It's just too expensive for people to take a trip and go over there unless you got a team and everything, right? So somehow, some way, I got approved for credentials. And I went over there and let me address some of the hot grease that's going to go along with the presser. Okay. I like the way they had the red carpet and the two boxers. First Terrence Crawford, pound for pound best, came out first. You know what I'm saying? And they had him turn around and box. I just happened to, once again, I was there on purpose. I picked close to the banister. They didn't tell me that. I just felt that, well, someone's going to walk down this motherfucker, and I want to be right here by the banister. So just so happened, Bud Crawford walked out first, and then Errol Spence. He walked out. Both of them did they, boxing 1, 2, this, that, and the other, and went and sat down. And we're going to get to Blue Blood Sports on we're going to get to Blue Blood Sports. We're going to get to it. Because y'all remember, I told them we're going to get to it, though. But the presser, to me, when I heard Jimmy Lennon, announced that Bud Crawford was a 2 division champion, I started to stand up, but then I realized I said I'm here all for the wrong reasons anyway, because I don't know how I got approved for the PBC, presser. But when I got there, a certain space, I'm just gonna call them space to me, because every time I turn around, they was attempting to invade my space. So being that there was an old social media platform, I just called them space, because yeah, they was actually in my space, but I was there and I say, man, I want to stand. And I would say, that's 3. How can you get that wrong? You're a professional. You know what I'm saying? You're a professional. How can they announce that, man? That's 2 division. Like, what's going on? Are we throwing shade? I mean, how long did you have to practice for this? Producer notes was given. You know that both of the fighters and the accolades. Why would you do that? So they get to talking and everything. And it was a nice layout, first and foremost. Shout out to PBC. Appreciate y'all for approving my credentials or whatever. And nice event. The food was delicious, even though I didn't eat any of it. It looked good, but I didn't have none of it. Real talk, I didn't eat any of it. I was just doing videos, and once the fighters was on stage and everything, and they had a little face off. It was okay. It was respectful. I think Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is at a place right now where they don't have to really throw or push anybody. They don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be so regardless. So they had the face off, and the fighters took a seat, and then their team came out, of course, right? So the press conference itself, I didn't see the energy from Brian Custer. I was looking for that energy. You know what I'm saying? That you be giving the Spence when you interviewing him one-on-one, you be giving that Jamel Charlo. And shout out to Brian Custer, man. Salute. I appreciate what you do. You're a polymath for what you do. You know what I'm saying? A man of many. You know what I'm saying? You do a lot of things in professional sports. But one thing I did notice right off the bat, that Terrence Crawford did look like he was in good shape already, and Errol Spence, he came dressed for the occasion, but he was obviously bigger than he had more weight on him than Crawford. That was obvious. So that's the weight he's gonna have to lose. And like you heard Crawford say, he don't matter about any of that. It's just all about what he weighs on fight night. I said, cool. But Spence was noticeably dressed up, shade, glasses on. He had the butt nakeds on, the clear frames, and he was dressed down. I ain't gonna lie, he was dressed accordingly. You know what I'm saying? For him, he was dressed whatever. I ain't mad. I don't care how another man dressed now, but I'm just saying he was dressed for the occasion. So let's get to the trash talking. That's what most interests me. I could care less. I'm gonna talk about Derrick James and what he had to say when he walked up there. But let's get down to the actual trash talking that people was running with. All right. So when they start trash talking back and forth, of course, Errol mentioned, for his followers, because when somebody said this first time, I didn't take too much, attention to it. They was like, oh man, he used his people to sell shirts, and then he took them down. Yeah, he took them down to bring out a different set of shirts, right? The one that I did a live stream on, that was pretty much this right here, right? So I noticed that Errol Spence was telling people to go and get the pack. You know what I'm saying? He said, go get the pack. And he wanted you to go get his pack, get the shirt or whatever else coming there. And go get your gear. I ain't mad at him for telling people to get the merch. Terrence Crawford, I didn't hear him telling his fans to go pick up any merch. You know what I'm saying? He was there for the fight presser. But Spence, Once again, he can tell people who he want. He say, go get that merch and all that. And then, he was talking about how he, what they was planning on doing. We was mentioning fish fry and everything. And Crawford was saying, what, over here we go hunting and we go fishing, and this, that, and the other. So he say, well, how you going? You ain't gonna be able to reel me in off no hook. You ain't gonna be able to do this and do that. And then Errol Spence referred to himself. Let me pull this up right quick because I want to be clear on my delivery. All right. Errol Spence said that Terrence Crawford wouldn't be able to catch him with a hook. So I said, okay, that's possible, but I've seen some big fish get caught on a hook. You know what I'm saying? Because Terrence was telling people that he's this fisherman or whatever. On the YTC, they kept on saying that the big fish was a big shark. But we know there's different sizes of sharks and all that. What? Right? So the last time I checked for Moby Dick, that it was a giant white sperm whale. Moby Dick, long story short, I don't think Moby Dick survived in the end. When I heard Errol Spence say Moby Dick, I said, all right, shit, that's exactly what I'm thinking about the fight. You ain't gonna survive to the end. I said, okay, that makes sense. He refers to himself as a fish, and in the end, the fish what? We already know. But this what it says. I'm taking you to the conclusion because I don't think a lot of people understand that when they was cheering and laughing. You talking about Moby Dick. I don't know what provoked him to say that he was Moby Dick. Knowing what happened to Moby Dick, I don't know why. And you probably ask yourself, what was the reason for me talking about it? Because I've been hearing big fish. And if you're looking on this shirt right here, that doesn't look like Moby Dick. That doesn't look like Moby Dick. It doesn't look like Moby Dick. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I had to clear my eyes a little bit. I went and splashed my face with some motherfucking water. And I said, let me take a look at this again. Does that look like Moby Dick? And then I went on Google. I looked up images of Moby Dick. I looked back at the shirt, Moby Dick, shirt, dick, shirt, dick, shirt. I say, here we go again. Somebody's not briefing this dude on how to exactly market himself and whatever he's coming up with for Moby Dick. You know what I'm saying? They let him come out here with the big fish smoking that they can't survive smoke. It's too toxic. And then he's turning around and say, okay, I'm Moby Dick in this bitch. I'm like, are you sure? You sure you want to be Moby Dick? I don't think you want to be Moby Dick there, Errol Spence. But anyway, that kind of took everybody to a laughter. And then, trying to figure out whether he wanted to be Moby Dick or the big fish, the shark. Then it comes around to him saying they're gonna smoke a bud pack over here. And I listened to Bud specifically. I couldn't hear him verbatim, but I wanted to hear and I wanted to see if he was going to revert back to one of the tweets that he put out. He said, you must be back on that, right? I know they've been trying to keep it positive. They've been trying to keep this shit real positive. Bud and Errol, they've been trying to keep this shit positive. He said, we don't smoke over here. And I could have sworn he said, we don't drink either. So that's what I was kind of waiting. Is it going to get a little bit spicy up there? You know what I'm saying? Personal and shit. But he said, we don't smoke over here. And, we don't drink. But, he said it kind of low where then it wasn't going out to the audience enough. But I was paying attention to it. So when he said about smoking a bud pack, everybody was like, I've never seen a bunch of people laugh at some dumb. I'm like, what is this about? Like, was it that funny? Smoke a bud pack that funny? You know, we're gonna smoke some bud over here. I'm like, people was having knee slappers over that motherfucker. I was like, I don't see how y'all can compare and link up a fish to smoking. You know what I'm saying? That was just one of the highlights of the trash talking, because he went from saying he was man down, he's the big fish, he's Moby Dick, and then Crawford's pretty much telling him, you know, hey, we like fishing over here, we like the hunt and everything else. He said, you ain't gonna catch me with no hook, you're gonna need a submarine. And then I thought to myself again, I say, maybe it must be the jet lag. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was on that motherfucker, you know. I had to get out the plane, you know, acclimate to the new weather over there. It was a little bit cloudy, so I was all fucked up because I was coming over here to sunny California. I was looking to breathe in some rays and shit. Take them motherfuckers in so it can help out my melatonin, you know, melanin and freaking all my pigmentation and all that other shit they say sun does. I say, this nigga just say submarine. You need a submarine. Okay. We need a submarine for that. All right. I get it. So the trash talking in itself was okay, but I was just puzzled off some of the angles that he took in trash talking. You know, he said some things that was questionable to me as far as this fish shit. It just blew him out the water, just blew his merch out the water or whatever. Because his fans should have said, oh, hold up, wait a minute. On the shirt is not Moby Dick. That's the big fish. That's what we look like one of them great whites, or, you know, even if they want to exaggerate and say megalodon and all that. But I got to move on past this shit, right? So the trash talking was okay, right? Derrick James was up there. You know, if y'all don't know who Derrick James is, let me remind you who Derrick James is. You know, he's the guy who was pretty much did he get coach of the year or something like that? I think he got coach of the year or something. This is Derrick James. He was up there. He was dressed to impress, you know, looking very crispy for the occasion. But one thing he said, he was up there once again to try to throw shade on Crawford. Derrick James, he pretty much tried to insinuate that Teofimo Lopez has become undisputed by beating a guy who vacated his titles but still held down the lineal with the WBO title. Obviously, Derrick James is now on the same, you know, term sheet, okay, as Crawford and Spence, because Crawford and Spence is being professional and amicable. They might have trash talk, but that shit wasn't nowhere close to personal. You know what I'm saying? This is just like, okay, let's promo. But Derrick came up there and, you know, he did try to clean it up after, but he said that Teofimo had did it already. And then Terrence Crawford had to basically put on his bifocals and a collared shirt and go to the chalkboard and say, no, that's not true. That's not exactly true. And he broke down the difference in what Teofimo did and what he's attempting to do come July 29th. He had to break that down. He say, no, that's not correct. Because Derrick James definitely tried to come out the gate and say, oh, your quest is for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Your quest is for nothing. You say you want to be 2-time undisputed, but your quest is for naught. It ain't going to be that way, bro. We don't care about none of that. All right. But shout out to Bud being, you know, quick on the adjustments, as we already know. He was quick on collecting data. He made the adjustment and he gave the counter shot. Needless to say, that shit was a knockout. So you know, I have Bud at the press conference, a 10-7 already. I have him a 10-7 going into the freaking fight July 29th. Seriously, because what he had to do, he had to sit up there and endure, you know, what he considered, you know, his opponent saying he was a big fish, right? And them smoking Bud. And being that he held his professionalism, he held on to it. He said, you know what, we don't smoke or drink over here. He held his professionalism. But to those in attendance, a lot of them, they felt it was a tearjerker, and they was doing the ham bone, slapping their shit and laughing. Oh, we're gonna smoke a bud pack over here. And they start laughing again and shit like that. I just thought him holding his professionalism cool. That was what it was. And then he's not only had to go against Spence, but he had to go against his coach too. He had to go against his coach too. Now I'm gonna say Errol Spence's father, he was quiet, he was cool, calm, collective, low key, out of sight, out of mind. He held the belts, he didn't say shit. You know what I'm saying? That brother right there was cool all press conference. You know what I'm saying? He held the unified titles. He was just over there chilling. He wasn't no Angel Garcia. He wasn't Lopez Sr. He wasn't none of that. You didn't even tell he was there. But Bud Crawford had to go against Errol Spence and the fucking coach. You know what I'm saying? And he handled himself very well, astutely. You know what I'm saying? So, Derrick James got educated. And what is that to say, heading into this fight? How, if you catching a KO on stage, how are you going to go into training camp and coach this man on how to beat Bud? And look, the whole point with Derrick is also this right here. He always talk about how Errol Spence is going to come forward and he going to break. He kept mentioning break. He's going to break the wheel. That's what he does, break the wheel. He's been able to break the wheel of fighters, not the name Bud Crawford. He has been able to break the wheel of fighters who's not named Bud freaking Crawford, man. When you want to interview with somebody and they was talking about styles and you say, well, what style do Errol has? Well, if you keep on talking about he'll come forward pressure fighter and he breaks the wheel, he breaks down his fighters over time, what type of style is that? It's a pressure type of style, right? But you keep saying that. But yet on the interview, I don't think you take these things serious, because you just say something like you did. Well, when he went into the Danny Garcia fight, he was 40%. And so I wanted to ask, I wasn't given an opportunity to hold a microphone. You know how that goes. I was a visitor, and if for 1 second, if you think I didn't think that they knew who I was and how much I done talked of Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? You said I'm mistaken. I know they know. I knew they knew. And see, that's what's going to lead me over to the situation that happened with the rookie. You know what I'm saying? The rookie. He took for granted. We about to touch on the blue blood fiasco, because me and him obviously don't think alike. We don't think alike. It showed, all right. So pretty much I wanted to kind of touch bases with Derrick James, because he said, the man was 40% when he fought Danny Garcia. He's saying like Errol Spence, what is his style exactly? He fights everybody this way. No, that's not true. He pretty much fighters the same way. He does give them pressure. High punch output for the fighters that he's fought. And he can fight on the inside. You know what I'm saying? If he's dictating the momentum and he's in charge, he's authority of the pace that he's setting, and you let him dictate that pace, cool. That's what he's going to do. But for somebody who's extremely educated to making adjustments in the ring, because that's what it's going to come down to, IQ. As humans, we always talk about IQ, period. But in boxing, when you're being distracted, when you have moving parts, your IQ becomes tested. You feel me? And that's what makes boxing so extremely special, because under extreme conditions, right, you have to make adjustments. You have to dial it in the eye of the storm. That's why I say Errol Spence was able to catch Sean Porter in the eye of the storm with a left hook, because they was banging out. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to come down to the one who is focus is a part of it, but your education to trying to predict what your opponent's about to do is going to be extremely necessary. You know what I'm saying? Trying to set those traps, trying to, be proactive on taking chances on what your opponent's trying to do or may attempt to do in exchanges. How are they going to go about this fight? What's their offensive strategy? You're trying to find out without being told. You're trying to take notes while it's being delegated towards you. So we're gonna have to see how all this works out. Bomac, shout out to Bomac. I think at this point in time, Bomac and Team Crawford is on the eve of greatness once again. Bomac made it perfectly clear that they already been there. See, this is why I gave Terrence Crawford a 10-5 round. I gave him a 10-5. I know that's what I said earlier. I said a 10-5. That's what I know I said. I know I said a 10-5. That's what I said, 10-5. That's why I gave him 10-5 because, being that Bud Crawford had to fight the fighter and the trainer, you know what I'm saying? Bomac came up there and said, hey, truth be told, we already been here. We already been here. Real talk. And they tried to discredit once again Julius Ndongo. And once again, it's always try to play out like they tried to expunge him becoming undisputed 140. So, Bomac had to remind them, we already been at the mountaintop. We didn't have extra tickets because it was meant for the team. So that he already has basically told them, we've been here already. We took flight. We touched down. We've been to undisputed already. Julius Ndongo is undefeated. Put some respect on Crawford's name for already wearing the t-shirt. I said to myself, that's probably why Errol Spence is trying to sell out these packs. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to sell out these packs, man. Because he hasn't got the undisputed t-shirt. This is the big freaking deal. I think that was a knockout too. That was a knockdown in itself. We already been here, baby. We already been here. Y'all hoping to get there. We already been there. We know what this feel like. We know what the lights feel like, shouty. We know how they look. We know how they feel, everything. We've been undisputed already. We vacated the titles and we moved up. Ever since then, no one has answered the final bell. So what more do you want from us? We look to give you the absolute same come July 29th. Okay? That's what we're trying to do. Now, when it went to the media scrum, I already had a plan, y'all. I already had a plan. My whole focus was just to interview Team Crawford, period. I was going to interview Crawford. And then I know, Soko was going to be on the undercard. I've been hearing rumors. So I seen him in the building. So I said, cool, that's who I want to interview. And this is where the tactics come into play. This is where I say a lot of people want to downplay what you do and how you do it, but they can't do it. Real talk. Now we're gonna start goddamn getting a little bit, talkative and active on the real reality of the YTC when it comes to this damn media shit. People will get on here behind a mic all day long and talk shit. But when they out on their feet and they're marching and they're moving, they have to move and they have to damn maneuver. They have to go from location to location. Your entire objective is to make sure you get the media. If you with a team or with that fighter, you make sure you covering that fighter, right? So my whole objective was to get Crawford because I already know what it is. What did I tell y'all on that live? You have groups there like Fight Hype and some other people, Fight Hub. You have some people that were more than one individual. They have what is called a team. More than one person is considered a group. So being that I'm rolling dolo solo, I already know how that works. So what I do, I post up right next to the Fight Hype dude so I can be right there and kind of, get a gist of what he has going on. And right out the gate, boom, he fires off question. He fires off another. You know how I knew this? Because I made sure I pay attention because I knew who he was. Fight Hype had 2 guys on deck. And they was busy up there telling the whole game plan, y'all. Hey, I'm gonna go over here to Arrow. You're gonna go over there to the Bud Crawford, and that's how we're gonna handle that. This. I said, all right, okay, that's what it is. So, I got next to the Fight Hype dude. He started firing off, and I was patient. Boom, I got mine in, got another one in, and then a back-to-back after that. So, I got my rounds in, and right after my last question, they moved them. I told you all. I said, some people get shell shocked because they don't understand how intense a media scrum is. There's no permission to play. You got to fire off your questions and get it in regardless. I explained that. My curiosity is a lot of these dudes that sit here and collect super chats, they feel it's a lot more easier just to stay sat. Yeah, to stay sat. Just sat right here. Just stay right here and talk about boxing all day and talk about debating, who got a better record, you or your shadow. You know what I'm saying? Who undefeated, you or your shadow. But yet, when you out here in the field, y'all niggas can't cover shit on your own, man. You can't go up here and goddamn talk and know the whole layout on how things operate. I got niggas getting off a plane, going to the fight and coming out, and all I see is dim in the video. Nigga, you're supposed to be catering to your motherfucking listeners. Period. It ain't as easy as you think, huh? I'm operating a mobile phone, trying to video and taking pictures. Y'all should really think twice about, trying to come over here and fuck with me, man, and talk about numbers and all that. I really don't care. Numbers are going to go how they go. But, I got to ask the question, like, when is the next time you're going to deploy? When's the next time you're going to go out here and to a fight and really be involved in boxing? If you can't tell me that your task goes outside of the microphone, outside of StreamYard to cover the sport of boxing, then you need to find somewhere else to go if you want to come with criticism. Right? My whole point was to never. I had no intentions of interviewing or trying to ask a question to Errol Spence. I already knew they was looking at me. They already knew. He was looking to try to put, no. No, I'm not him. Shawty, I'm not him. I was never going to be blue. I understand there's people that run back. They have no idea. People run back and say, oh, so-and-so's talking, be dropping links. You know what I'm saying? Be dropping links and so-and-so's talking about this and that. Man, I can get the vibe, man. You know that shit used to come back in the day. Feel the vibration. Feel it. Come on. You feel the vibration going on, bro. I had no intentions of Errol Spence, man. And you can't say I'm capping because when I was out there in LA for the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight, and Deontay Wilder wasn't talking to anyone. He had Malik Scott as the mouthpiece of the team. I still sat there and spoke with Malik Scott. I didn't go over there to where everybody else was and interviewed Tyson Fury. I didn't do that. I don't roll like that, bro. But let's talk about the obvious. Let me let you listen to some audio. Look, y'all remember, I don't have to fake it. Y'all remember when I came on this bitch and I was talking about blue, and I'll say, bro, it's over. You fucked around and try to act like you can switch over when majority of the people that were supporting you and that you roll with and that herd that you roll with, right? I told you that you fucked up. You wasn't going to be able to play and juggle those dice like that. It was snake eyes all day long for you. When you try to go back and forth, first of all, you left Crawford, and then you went over to Spence, and you said, you know what? I am blue blood spouse. I can do what I want to do in this shit. No, you can't, bro. No, you can't. You know why? Because I was coming to you, man, in good faith. I'll say, man, let me educate the brother. Because he always telling people, good brother. Let me educate the brother. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I say, bro, this is what you need to do. You need to get up out the LDBC, get out on your own because they ain't gonna never trust you, bro. They ain't gonna never trust you no more. I told Blue that, man. And really, it made it seem like I was hating, but I wasn't, man. I say, bro, you done. Get away. And then what I do? I happen to be minding my own motherfucking business, right? I'm talking about doing some simple shit like we do down here in the South. I was walking down the street kicking a can. I was like, man, I'm bored as shit. I was kicking a motherfucking empty soda can. Bang! Bang! I say, I'm bored than a motherfucker. Ain't no boxing topics out. Just kicking a motherfucking Coke can. Ding! In traffic. All of a sudden, my phone, I get a notification. I'm like, what is this? What is going on here? What is going on? So I happened to receive a notification that Blue Blood was on a live stream with 78 Sports. And all I heard, people was calling me and said, can you interpret this, their WCS? You always want to, find the definition of something. Can you really interpret this right here? I said, let me see. Give me a moment. I start to listen attentively. And to my surprise, I heard Blue Blood talking to the General. I said, what is this I hear? The General. He was there kissing ass to the General because he had fucked up. See, me and Showtime, we was on deck over there, right? And we were saying, I said, hey, listen up, man. Something ain't right, bro. I said, hey, bro, I agree with you. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. That story, when we heard that story, that bullshit, that story, see, we happen to be in the area too. Yes, we was on site at Ground Zero, like that. So when we heard this 7-Eleven deal, I'm like, no, something just ain't right. So he came up with this story that, he was posted up at 7-Eleven and people was coming by taking pictures. They wanted their kids and their grandma and, you know what I'm saying, and they step auntie, everybody coming and take a picture with him. He was posted. And then all of a sudden, Bud Crawford comes out. We don't know where he came down. To this day, I'm unsure of how he got in the proximity without being noticed. Because he said, hey, Blue Blood was in his room and he pointed out the window, y'all. He said, you see that 7-Eleven over there? That's the 7-Eleven where everything went bad for me. I ran into the one and only Omaha Monster. And it didn't go my way. He was acting like he was posting up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Sipping on a Slurpee. And before he knew it, somebody was grabbing both his collars and his feet was off the ground. Hey, motherfucker. He didn't expect to see me over this motherfucking dish. Yeah, you been talking a lot of shit, nigga. What's going on? Why you got so much hate for me? Oh, no. See. No. See. Good. Brother. I see you 5'8.5" and with your 76.5-inch reach and black hair and you have a belt and blue jeans. No, shut that motherfucking shit up, man. Shut that shit up, bro. I'm on some other shit right here. Blue was trying to goddamn stay in character, and the whole story was that he orchestrated was that Crawford ran to him at 7-Eleven. And he tried to make it seem like Crawford didn't know he was with BLK Prime. He tried to act like he was going to pass that shit out to us. Look, us being the outsiders who are listening to this shit. He was going to try to pass this shit off as if he orchestrated a BLK Prime deal, right? By telling Crawford, hey, between me and you, you know, I'm a silent partner now. On some, business. I know you're negotiating with Errol Spence, but, I have my people, my team, and we can kind of, make some things happen. We can kind of see how that plays. We can really make that fight. He tried to convince us that in around about the proximity of 7-Eleven in Newark, New Jersey, outside of his window of the hotel that he was staying at, while he was sitting in a chair with his feet up, hands behind his head on live stream, it all went down. The infamous meeting that got him exposed and G-checked in New York today. I told him after he did this shit, brother, I said, 78, you should fire him, man. You should kick him out the group. But then when I heard that motherfucking video and that dude was sitting up in the mobile headquarters, General, oh, General, I'm so mad at myself, General. I should have went to a different 7-Eleven, General. It was nothing I could do, General. I seen the Omaha Monster, and before I know it, he was up on me. I couldn't move. I say, how somebody that competed 147, here I am 265 and a half. He picked me up by my collar, General. My feet were swinging, General. I had to beg for my life, General. Know that I did not betray you, General. I was forced. I had low oxygen, General. I couldn't do nothing, General. That's all I'm saying. I did not try to betray you, General. It was all Crawford, General. Please. So let me let y'all listen to some audio. Okay? Listen to this audio right quick. I'm gonna give you 2 pieces of audio, right? And just pay attention.
One of the biggest things with him is that he switches from southpaw to orthodox. You are naturally a southpaw. How do you prepare for that? And what gives you such an advantage being a southpaw in this fight?
I want to ask you why you switch.
Switch what?
You know why you switch, and what happened to what is that thing Terrence Crawford on?
Be okay, Prime?
Yeah. What happened?
It ain't happening right now.
Oh yeah, okay. you were so early, Spence. Then you once Terrence Crawford got with BLK Prime, you flip.
One of the biggest.
Did y'all hear some stuttering? Blue, if you're listening, look, this is all in good faith. Because I looked out for you, brother. I said, hey, Blue, you need to leave, man. You still have time to recover. Don't be scared. Go out on faith. Go out on your own solo flight. Just because Amelia Earhart didn't make the flight don't mean you can't. Nigga, I told you to leave ahead of time. Me and Bunch attempted to provide you multimedia, and you basically refuted both of us. We tried. I put it out there. I sent out a informal request to 78. I say, 78, there is a rogue team member and you need to get rid of him. He didn't want to acknowledge me. I said, all right, cool. It's fine. No doubt about it. It's all good. I tried to tell him. I said, hey, Blue, let me go back to you. I ain't hearing them back from 78. Man, you need to leave. I guess he heard Champ side. Bernie the Boxer. Think you are Bernie the Boxer? That's when Champ side lost his motherfucking mind, y'all. Champ side said, and return. So pretty much, look, I look and appreciate one's holding on. You know what I'm saying? Somehow I dropped off. But if I drop off, be patient, right? So I'm saying to myself, Errol Spence, right? How did you give Blue Blood a freaking exemption or a waiver in this whole deal? Because previously, like, he was on the record as switching up on you big time. Like, you had to understand that he was never totally on your side to begin with. You don't know that? You don't know that, or did you just catch up with him when you felt that him and all his people was talking the same energy about you, and you felt it was genuine support? I never felt it was genuine support. I never felt it was genuine support. Let's take a gander. And this is being brought to you via Big Blunts and Boxing, who did an amazing job with that the edit, and should be recommended. I mean, should be rewarded with plaudits. Pay attention to this right quick, right? Can y'all hear me? Is my audio good? Is my audio good? Y'all can hear me? Shout out to Zip with the Drip. That's Zip with the Drip. I'm bringing up this other audio right quick. Hold on for a second. So check this out. This is where I was asking myself. I was like, hey, Errol Spence may not know about the months back up to this point. Because I keep this shit down the middle. It don't matter how I feel about Blue. There's some things I have to say about Errol Spence in this situation too. But take a look at this right here. It is an edit, but just take a look at it. Just take a look at it. Just take a listen.
Me personally, I think in that Errol Spence fight, he's gonna outbox Errol Spence. Errol Spence pressure is not gonna bust Terrence Crawford's pipes. I do believe that that Errol Spence is gonna win the fight. Pause. And so I believe that he's gonna win the fight because the physicality. Once he gets on the inside, Terrence Crawford gets hit. He's not as elusive as he once was. He's going to try to put a lot of pressure on him, but he's too flat-footed for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is going to outbox. He's going to outbox Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford is going to outbox. He's going to outbox Errol Spence. Me personally?
So let's hold on for a second. So y'all just heard that audio, right? And that was quite a while ago. That was some bits and pieces from a good while ago, and to recent several months ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like, okay, it was at one point in time that I even did a live on this back then when all this was going on, and when me and Blue Blood were having some exchanges. And that's when I prompted that man to freaking wake up in the morning, go to the bank and get $1,300 because he wanted to now become a philanthropist and donate freaking pay-per-views to houses and households and all that shit. But back in the day, he was up here saying how Terrence Crawford was going to beat Errol Spence. And he said Errol Spence pressure wouldn't bust Terrence Crawford pipes. He was pretty much saying that Terrence Crawford was better than Errol Spence because he was his absolute favorite. Oh, let me tell you, oh my God. When I just think of boxing, the hair raises up on my earlobes. Oh my God, it's just, you know what I'm saying? That was his absolute favorite. He was adamant about letting people know that Terrence Crawford was absolute favorite. Then I had to question him on some things. I say, if that man was your absolute favorite boxer, what changed, bro? Errol Spence can't ask that question now. Yesterday, he can't ask that question because it didn't start with BOK Prime. It didn't start with him freaking go. No. You got to understand where he was prior to that, Errol. He was already supporting supposedly Terrence Crawford, who's still undefeated, who did absolutely nothing to get Blue Blood to switch up on him. Blue Blood switched up because he chose to get rid of a certain group that had to push a narrative because of certain people didn't get what they want from Terrence Crawford. Just because Terrence Crawford didn't appease, just because Bud didn't appease some people, he didn't commandeer. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford didn't commandeer these individuals. They got mad. Oh, we don't want to fuck with Bud. You know, you can't get no interview. He don't want to goddamn. Somebody within the fray got pissed off because Bud did not expedite the request that was submitted to him with check marks and a signature. You know what I'm saying? He did not once again just sign off on anything. Somebody got mad. So when they got mad at Bud for standing on his own and not really being a media type person, they wanted to go to Errol Spence. Somebody, anybody that was a part of this whole collective group, they start supporting Errol Spence. I'm not saying that's the scripture, that's the truth to it all. But you hang around YouTube enough, this shit that goes down that you definitely hear out here on the airwaves. You hear it all the time, right? But when it comes to Bud Crawford, I hear, oh man, we trying to get an interview. He ain't gonna get no interview. He ain't give us an interview. He didn't give us an interview. Heard Bud Crawford didn't want to give them an interview. He wasn't communicating like that mutually. You know what I'm saying? There's people that's like that, especially in boxing. They just don't give you the time of day. But Blue Blood, he was once upon a time a Bud Crawford fan. And then you're going to try to change up, right? And you're going to be forced into a situation where your peers are supporting Errol Spence Jr. and you just follow along. So the main question should have been, you know what I'm saying, from Bud Crawford, who's already, look, Bud Crawford wasn't going to do that. I'm just giving you a scenario. The main person that should have been asking you something in NYC was Bud. Only if Bud hadn't came across you in Newark. You know what I'm saying? If he wouldn't have came across you in Newark, imagine him coming across you in NYC. Imagine him giving you that same shit, but he gives it different, bro. Like, imagine that. The man sent out a tweet to Ego and Fanon and say, your mom should have swallowed you. Imagine what he's going to do face to face, bro. He is not there to beat around the motherfucking bush. He's going to tell you straight up, man, I heard what you've been saying. Yeah, why? It would have been like, hey, Blue, you used to be a fan of mine. I got audio out there. You used to be a fan of mine. What happened? I ain't lost. Nigga, I ain't out here fucking up. How can you switch sides like that? So now we at the flip-flopping. He went up there usually. See, this is where he fucked up. He underestimated the game. He underestimated the motherfucking YTC, bro. He underestimated how he has people out there trying to stab his ass in the back for what he did. People that really don't fuck with him, but play around with him. He really underestimated this shit, bro. He underestimated the biggest fight. Look, this nigga out here, the biggest motherfucking fight. We're talking about fights over 5 freaking years has been talked about. This nigga up here trying to pretend like, okay, yeah, we got Crawford Avanesian. I'm a silent partner. He up here braggadocious on this shit. Okay, I don't mind that. Be braggadocious. You're a silent partner. Be okay, Prime. Y'all doing big things. We doing good. We got, Terrence Crawford here and there. All right, cool. And you try to pretend like you whisper something in Bud's ear. I'm a silent partner. Hey, be okay, Prime. Do a deal with us right now. okay, Bud Crawford, do a deal with us right now, right here. I go in 7-Eleven to get a pen. I go get a pen right now. Give me your word. I have a timesheet that I brought with me here. Read it. You don't need any attorneys. You know what I'm saying? You don't need any representation. Do it. He act like he was trying to get Bud to sign a term sheet right there, a proposal. Do it right now, and I have the contract drafted up by the time the fight is over with. So people going around here, oh man, imagine what it's gonna be, man. That when it's all said and done, we was a part of making Bud Crawford an Avanesian. I was like, damn, Bud is popular than a motherfucker, dog. Like now they was actually showing some people, oh man, we are a part of this. Something special. He's fighting on BLK Prime. Cool. But this is where it got crazy because WCS put this shit out there. I say, man, Blue is playing both sides of the fence. He's playing both sides of the fence. And that's when I had to have those encounters, what I did with him. You know what I'm saying? Well, simply the fact because he hopped on my channel and, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he thought he was going to have that same energy and be disrespectful. No, this is not the case, brother. It's not the case. Your whole shit has once again been exposed. And if you know how to have a conversation with it, I could have prevented this from happening. I could have told you, bro, don't even show up to the presser. Don't even show up to the presser, but you might have been hungry. You might have been thirsty a little bit from not being approved from press credentials on a regularity. You might have wanted to know what that aura feels like. You just wanted to be in there amongst people that you knew. I heard Drew Titan was in the building. Tank top and all. I say, God damn, are they just giving away credentials for New York? Do they not have to earn that shit with some type of on-site media? Something? Did they have what is called comp credentials? I start to ask myself, am I doing too much? Am I overlooking something? Is this some type of underworld that they're getting approved? So I would have told Blue, I say, Blue, check this out, bro. Don't even show up. You're tarnished. Scotty, he attempted to tell you to leave because it wasn't going to work out for you. You can recover. If you're bigger than BLK Prime, like Champ Sai said, all you could do is you have to say, hey, I'm out. You do a public statement. Hey, man, I'm out. This is, I can't survive in here. I can't do it. This, that, and the other. The fighters are not going to respect me. Let me get out while I'm still 53 years old. And let me start rebuilding my shit once the LDBC members leave. And you know, the color arrangement is going to be a little different when I'm going live. I'm not going to see the color like I used to with them numbers on it. Did I not put it out there? Excuse me. Did I not say you're going to take a financial hit? I said, cool, take that financial hit. But yet, if you're confident in yourself, you can build yourself back up. But you're going to have to leave because it's never going to work out for you with the boxers or nothing. So he goes up there and proposes a question, Southpaw and all this shit. Did you not hear Derek James say, sounding like a Texas grouch? Man, that shit don't matter. That Southpaw, that Swisher, that Orthodox Southpaw don't matter. He was all grumpy because somebody, you know, Terrence Crawford is a switch hitter. That shit don't matter. I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter. It has to matter because y'all up here bigging up boots for somewhere emulating the same shit Crawford does, right? That's what y'all was doing, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. He want to ask him how Errol Spence is going to deal with the switch hitting ability of Terrence Bud Crawford and all that. You know, the question was well formulated. Okay, just like he usually do. It's nothing difficult, man. We're speaking English. Okay, it's not like he had to goddamn ask that shit in Swahili. And then I could have sat there, bro. I said, blow, 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 blow. Don't do it, dog. Don't do it. But since my carrying light wasn't on, nothing came about it. You know, I said, I can't help him. I can't help him. Right. But I'm going to be honest with you. I was minding my own business. And, you know, when I finally got the news, you know what I'm saying? And that shit broke over. You know, I started getting word that it went down. I just had to have a moment. You know what I'm saying? I had to have a moment because I attempted to warn Blue about what he should have done to prevent what just happened. I'm being totally honest, right? This shit could have been prevented if you just didn't take your ass to the press conference. Bro, you playing around with a environment which you don't take serious. It's serious enough for those listeners and those people that want to support you. And like, once again, I don't give a fuck about how much super chat you get. But bro, you have to understand ceilings. I don't know who the fuck made the word. But I know if you take a pogo stick indoors and your shits ain't high ceiling, you're going to hit the motherfucking ceiling today. Today, your head is going to crack through the motherfucking ceiling. So I was talking about, okay, how does your channel get past the ceiling? If you stay where you at, it don't matter, you know, what you're going off of. It don't matter the merch that you wear. It don't matter what you have on your hat because you ain't the GOAT anyway. It don't matter all that shit. It matters on what's your alternatives as far as educating the people. How many other avenues do you have to build yourself? Don't look at me as an example. Okay, brother? I just happen to be retired. Don't look at me. I'm not putting a 250% into to this. I try enough, but if I could go to fights all the time, I would do it if I could do it on my own time. You know what I'm saying? Like, people try to get me in groups. They're blue blood. I don't want to be on their schedule. But for you, you're full all in on this shit. So I'm saying what I put it out there when we was having those exchanges, I say, bro, you have a ceiling. You don't have no growth. And one of your restrictions are who you're attached with. If y'all didn't know, I'm gonna tell you one thing on why, you know, who messed it up for us getting credentials. If you looked at Cali, it wasn't too many of us out there. And back in the day, you know, it was said to me on several occasions that a certain group, you know what I'm saying, they was talking about, you know, the LDBC somehow, and somebody in the LDBC pissed them off, several people. And you know, they got strict on the credentials over there. And so they start grouping black media together and denying credentials because they're up here trying to group all us together. I say, ain't that a bitch? Of all the times that you can group us together, you pick this time? Like we couldn't be standing out there outside of 7-Eleven drinking a Slurpee and y'all say, hey, y'all look suspicious. Put your hands on the wall now. Don't let me tell you it again. I'm going to draw down on you. I'm going to draw down on you now. Don't piss me off. Y'all look suspicious as hell. Open the cups up right now. God damn it. I know you got some drugs in it. That was the wrong fucking time. I said, is this shit for real? Like, they grouping us all together? How is that? How is some other people, you know, like they sticking to only certain people? Well, y'all wouldn't be able to know that because you don't apply for credentials on a regularity. But yeah, it got bad. It got really bad. But Blue, back to you. How did you expect to walk up in there and get a response other than what you got from Errol Spence, who's been waiting? It was a setup, bro. It was a setup. Look, Blue, I'm gonna tell you something that'll make you smile. It'll make you smile a little bit, brother. They was hoping the same thing for me. I'm being honest. They thought that I was gonna be you, bro, in Cali. My mindset and your mindset aren't the same. I wasn't there to cover him, but they thought I was going to cover both fighters. They thought I was going to go over there and ask questions to Spence, knowing of all the criticism I have given him. I too would have been the recipient of the same type of energy that you received. But me and you don't think alike. You thought, yeah, I'm just going on here. I'm Blue Blood Sports and I'm good, man. I got to prove I'm in the building, shouty. Let's get it. There you go. Let me go over here. Bud Crawford's already shut me down and knew. I don't want. Let me check my collars. Goddamn. Let me adjust my collar. Shit, that motherfucker still hurt. Whew. Bad memories. Let me go over here to Arrow. Arrow, I know Arrow forgave me already. I mean, him still solid. I would have told you, no, don't do it, shouty. Because these boxers, they don't forget shit, bro. They people come tell them shit is going on social media, and somebody should have briefed you not to go to this. See, let me tell you about somebody who figured it out, right? So you know, me and my colleague, you know, Showtime Shaw News, we was communicating, and you know, we was talking about, you know, the presser and stuff will happen in Cali, and then it was going down to NY, and we knew the presser in NY was going to be huge. I mean, that's the mecca of boxing. We knew the shit was going to be huge. We knew it. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, man. What's good with it, Gumbo? We knew the shit was going to be huge. So after he got approved, he was like, no, I ain't going. See, that to me was a smart decision because he too has history with Spence. And being that he got approved, it was only a matter of time if he would have showed his face right up there with you in front of your peers and was absolutely shredded with embarrassment. Shredded. Bro, you can sit up here all you want and try to convince your people that you weren't embarrassed. And embarrassment is you know, just because somebody says something stupid doesn't mean you're embarrassed. You have to give them permission. You know what I'm saying? Give them, it has to be permission for you to be embarrassed. That means you're accepting it as if you're embarrassed. You can brush it off and keep it up, but the way it went down, Spence he had that shit in the holster for quite some time, Blue. You know what I'm saying? When that shit start hitting the airwaves, brother, that is the worst that you can ever hope for. Especially if a good brother like myself tried to tell you, you thought I was just bullshitting with you. I was telling you, hey, if you would have left the LDBC, that shit would have been the best thing you ever did. But after I told you to, and you was in the mobile headquarters up here talking to the general, I said it's over for that nigga. It's over, shawty. It's over. So you take the amount of time that I told you to go on your own, take the hit, recover, to now. And what you thought you was gonna do? When it was said that people was talking behind your back, people was saying they was talking behind your back, and they was telling you, hey man, you got some of the same members that you think are supporting you talking behind your back. Don't support them and all that, because you thought you thought you was the general. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be the general, you should have put in the petition to take over. You know what I'm saying? You should have did it. But I don't know. It's this weird thing. Like, hey, y'all can't make your own. Like, you have your own brand already. Your shit is Blue Blood Sports, bro. I don't know what to tell you niggas. Like, yeah, I mean, you're internally to an organization as if you're in a confinement or something. Did somebody adjudicate you to confinement? Are you serving a sentence? Errol Spence wouldn't have treated you like that if you would just say, you know what, I fucked up. Let me get in contact. First of all, let me remove myself from this. Let me clear my head, and let me get back on track on what fighter I want to support. If you want to fight, you want to support Bud Crawford, support Bud Crawford. You want to support Errol Spence, you should have went heavy on either fighter, whoever you want to support heavy. but you always felt some type of way in your heart of hearts that you want to support Team Crawford. That's where you was before. And the man ain't lost or did anything different, but yet you switched up on him and started talking about, oh, Spence gonna beat him and all that. You didn't believe that bullshit you was talking. You didn't believe the bullshit you was talking. So now you come full circle in one of the biggest epic historical epochs of boxing. And you get embarrassed by Errol Spence. Now you have not only been canceled out by Bud Crawford, you've been canceled out by Errol Spence. But the one that was with Crawford, you know how he moves. He got it done in the street. This was on camera. This was in front of your colleagues. This was the worst place it could have happened for you. And especially with this particular situation, because if you look at it, now how are you going to talk on the live? You're going to go in there and bash Errol Spence? And this is what changes lanes for me, right? This is what changes lanes to me. Are you LDBC members? Are y'all going to basically stick up for your LDBC member? You know what I'm saying? The one that y'all support Errol Spence so heavy? Are y'all going to all get together and rally? Because he sure enough put your member on the spot. He embarrassed him, humiliated him. Are y'all going to band together like y'all do? Are y'all going to give Errol Spence the same amount of black ice media that you gave Bud Crawford? Are y'all going to sit up here and try to run him through the motherfucking blade system? Are y'all going to try to goddamn put him in the toilet and shit and ring him around and sit your ass in there and keep on flushing the toilet, waterboard his ass? Are y'all going to make that motherfucker a dumpster diver just so he can know what trash really is? Are y'all that offended? Because truth be told, I haven't seen no energy. I haven't seen no spark or nothing. If I don't see no spark from y'all on this to come to the rescue of you all, your member, you're nothing. You're nothing. Y'all are nothing. If you don't come to the rescue, Errol Spence just sit up here and sent shots and dogged out your member. If y'all really fucking with blue blood, y'all should come up here and start treating Spence just like all that damn havoc that you was causing with Bud Crawford. Well, let's see the tweets. I know y'all niggas handy with the Twitter fingers, right? What y'all gonna do in this particular case? Are y'all gonna come to his rescue? Are y'all gonna call the troops? Are y'all gonna come to the rally point? Are y'all gonna change up? Come on, let's be real about it, right? This is one of your long-standing members, right? Are y'all gonna support him? Are y'all gonna check Errol Spence for that? Y'all gotta check Errol Spence. Because Blue, if they don't check Errol Spence on your behalf, it's just like I told you back then, bro. They've been waiting for this moment to come too. If they don't check Errol Spence and give some heat, why are you even in the group? It's almost like they're going to allow you to keep on being punished and punished and punished over and over again and act like they support you. But I thought it was for the Almighty. That's what I thought. This is a perfect example for y'all to lay claim to that. Errol Spence disrespected one of your group members. Isn't that why y'all are truly mad at Bud Crawford? Because it was some team members back in the day that really wanted to so-called bond with Bud Crawford. It just didn't work out that way. And y'all got mad because he wasn't giving you that attention the way you wanted. And you felt some type of way. So y'all said, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck that, nigga. We gonna goddamn roll with Spence all day, nigga. That's where we at, nigga. That's what we doing, nigga. On set, nigga. God, nigga. On everything I love, my two dead puppies, nigga. A penny and a half. Fuck it, nigga. Ain't that what it was? Y'all gotta rally for this man. If y'all don't, I can care less. To be honest, I'm just saying the protocol, like what we've seen in the past with y'all. He is an LDBC member. He is him. He's that guy that's internal to the group, that was in the mobile headquarters talking to the general. But yet I don't see action. I don't hear anything. I actually put my hands together and gather up all this lint. And I say, listen, I'm going to let all this ball of lint out my hand. And by the time it hits the floor, I'm expecting a miracle. For real. Because if this pile of lint makes a sound, I say it is possible for the LDBC to motherfucking rise up and support this nigga. It's possible. But I didn't hear nothing, Blue. I didn't hear that motherfucker make a peep. I say, this nigga's done. Again, you done. Dude, this is all over social media. You know how many people hit me? Hey, Scotty, you try to tell him, Scotty. You try to tell him. But they busy want to know about the numbers, nigga. And they want to know about the numbers. I say, I tried, bro. I tried to tell this nigga. Abort mission. He didn't want to do it. Now Errol Spence has you going semi-viral within the boxing community because he checked you. And who am I if I didn't go through it and let you hear it again? You need to hear this again.
I think in that Errol Spence fight, he's going to outbox Errol Spence.
Let me go to the other one. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to the other one.
Things with him is that he switches from southpaw to orthodox. You are naturally a southpaw. How do you prepare for that? And what gives you such an advantage being a southpaw in this fight?
I want to ask you why you switch.
Switch what?
You know why you switch, and what happened to what was that thing Terrence Crawford on?
Be okay, Brian?
Yeah. What happened?
It ain't happening right now.
Oh yeah, okay. You were somewhere else, Spence. Then you once Terrence Crawford got with BLK Prime, you split.
Then this is where I have to address Spence, okay? Because you had your moment. Everybody was there to see you and the Omaha Monster, right? So I have to ask you this. And this is not in defense of Blue, but I have to, hold integrity there, Spence. I have to ask you this. You've heard me. I know y'all was waiting for me to show up in that media scrum and think I was going to propose a question. No, it didn't happen. But let me ask you this though. What are we to think as content creators when it comes to this game, this boxing game, and myself, let me put myself out here. My entire objective is to support these fighters and gain access and have some integrity with access. That means it doesn't matter if I'm older than them, still show them the common decency and respect. So when I approach them again, it's access there. You know what I'm saying? I'm allowing to communicate with them. The ones that I don't fuck with, I really don't try to approach at all because I feel it's being fake. But for Spence, if you're going to say Blue Blood switched up, Blue switched up, it always leads me to this point. If Blue switched up, what did he switch from? Explain that to me, Spence. I just want to know, brother. Like, this has nothing to do with your boxing. This is like for you as a man. Like, if you saying the brother switched up, I would have said to you, switched up from what? In order for me to switch up And for you to care so much about me switching up, why you never showed me on the YTC that you cared? Why you didn't just show me that you cared, bro? What am I switching up from? What did you do for me to switch up, and it holds so much weight on you that you feel like you was betrayed? What moment can we go back in time and reflect upon that I switched up on you because me and you did this, and I thought we had a bond between one another, a respect between one another? I know you can't just be talking about what Blue did in the media. Because if you was really fucking with him, you would have goddamn been on his show once or twice. You would have damn been there and be like, hey, I'm gonna let him know I'm fucking with him. Yes, sir. You know, I don't know how many interviews he did. All I know is when it comes to these YTC members, I don't see you on that channel at all. I don't see you. You would have asked me, well, let me ask you this. Why you switch? Switch up what? Switch up what? How did I switch up? I told cats about this with Deontay Wilder, right? I always use Deontay Wilder as an example because of all the hate he was getting, and I was trying to explain to people that I haven't seen it. I've neither broke bread with him and his team, none of that shit. But I just always looked at it like I seen this man do what he do with the interviews and get bomb squad and be amicable. Deontay Wilder, let's just say he didn't fuck with me, right? I have to say, what's the definition of fucking with me? Eating together, giving me access. I never, like the only thing I want access to is his fight camp. When I known he was going to be in certain places, cool, I went there and I covered him. I wasn't all up, trying to be in the motherfucking frames, dog. I was there doing my job. But when people was telling me, oh, he classless, he's this, he's that, I say, what? I mean, I don't know him like that, but I just don't get that, right? I just don't get that. But, okay, if anybody go back in history, Bud Crawford been known not to talk to the media. I tell people all the time how long it took for me to get one interview in Newark. When I got the interview, he said, I'm giving him an interview, that's it. Well, all the same people, some of the same people that was here in California, yeah, you were standing right behind me. They say, no, I'm just interviewing with him. Now, me being an older nigga, right? I look at it like, okay, that was some grown man shit he just did. I respected the shit out of that. I've also asked Bud, can I get an interview after that interview? And I haven't been able to. So do I feel some type of way to go out here? You know what? I'm going to make a command decision on this shit. I'm headed to Texas, baby. I know I can get an interview. Is that what I do? How and why would I choose to switch up? Because I tell people all the time with these fighters, I say, you can't expect them to fuck with you like that. Like, they are going out here fighting. These dudes cut from a different cloth. They're not going to give you what you want like that unless they really been with you, knowing you for a while. I mean, we're media. We up here talking about shit. Every fighter is not giving like that. They're not open to embrace motherfuckers they don't know. And you know why I related to Bud in that manner? Because I'm the same way, bro. Like, I talk to the cats that I talk to, but I do not have a large group of cats that I communicate with. Plus, I'm older, man, but I've been like this my whole life, man. I used to see niggas with a whole lot of friends, and they be the same one in anguish, bro, because them same group of niggas all found out one of them motherfuckers, two of them motherfuckers stabbing them in the back and doing this, that, and the other. Bro, you keep your maintenance low. You keep your maintenance low. It comes with maturity in life. It be niggas up here getting mad because boxers don't show them that love like you knew when they first met. Like I knew him when he first met his girl or something before he had no kids back. I met him, when they was growing through high school. I went back there like Cam and them. I didn't grow up. So if you wasn't back there then, right, you shouldn't feel no type of way about anything. So unless Blue was giving Errol Spence that motherfucking love, right, and Spence was giving it back, Spence, how did he switch up on you? Okay, so if you're talking about, okay, you used to support me, you used to support me heavy. So I look at switching up. It's like, okay, it's a lot of content creators support boxers, but the boxers never show them any type of love at all. So you embarrass him, but you ain't on YouTube like that. Like you embarrass them and say, oh, you switching up. But dude, I'll say, what am I switching up from? I have the right to talk about any boxer I want. I have the right to support any boxer. I would have wished, Errol Spence, that you cared about me. What I mean by care, it would have been great to know that you really cared about what I was doing for you and what I was talking and the news that I was giving. It would have been good for you to be able to let me know that, because as content creators, we be out here talking and walking, and we just take it from the surface and what we get from the fighter from surface value, right? We really don't know how deeply the fighters really rock with us, unless that fighter will every time they see, hey, how you doing? They'll speak to you, maybe converse with you a little bit and keep it moving. But we really don't know how in depth, like Derrick James say, Errol Spence is more developed and he has a lot more depth. I'm trying to find out, Spence, what is the depth when it comes to blue blood switching up? What depth of understanding did you allow him to have that he switched from that concerned you like that? If you never really gave this man a phone conversation, or you never gave him any special privileges to be inside the gym, dude, you just sit up here and embarrass this man just because you could. And that's fucked up. That's what it seems like to me. You just embarrass him because you could, bro. And look, I'll say what I say. I'll talk my shit. I'll drop my hot grease, nigga. But when it comes down to grown man shit, that shit right there was immature. Even because I don't fuck with him like that doesn't mean I'm not going to check you on your shit. The shit you did, how did you let him know you was down for what he was talking about when it came to you? I don't fucking get it, bro. Like, how is he supposed to guess that you really fuck with him and gave a damn about what he was doing out here on the YouTube, talking this boxing shit, when you never let him know? Did you shoot him a tweet? Did you goddamn shoot him a DM? Hey, man, I fucks with you, bro. Appreciate you. I see what you're doing out there. I see what you're saying about me. I hear you. I appreciate you. Was that ever the case? Because if it wasn't the case, right? And let's just say you just going off the BLK Prime shit, and you've been listening this entire time of him and any other member that he might have been talking and using the same narrative. Errol Spence is better than Terrence Crawford in any way, shape, or form. Errol Spence beat down Terrence Crawford because he has better opposition. Errol Spence's resume is better than Terrence Crawford. If you've been listening to him play that motherfucking fiddle, right? You've been hearing this fiddle. The devil came down to Georgia and he was looking for a soul to steal. If you were looking at him give you a jamboree on this motherfucking fiddle, talking about all the shit you would do to Terrence Bud Crawford, and it didn't excite you enough to send this man a DM, hey man, good shit. You know how much it would have done to let a cat like him know, oh, okay, Bud Crawford really fucking with me. But to say you switched up on me, nigga, bro, I wish I would have been there. You try to, I wish I would have had the best reply for you. Switched up from what? FROM, from what, nigga? From what? What did I fucking switch up on? If you that upset that you can't answer a question, and you've been giving a damn about this nigga talking about what you are gonna do to Bud Crawford, how did you not let him know how much you cared? How you never let him know? When I see Bud in person, I don't look, this is the wildest shit. Me and Bud never really had a conversation outside the interview, bro. But every time I see him, I don't look for him to communicate with me. So if he stopped Let's just say I asked for a picture and he stopped. I said, okay, he's stopping. Okay, I ain't do nothing. I don't know what it's about, whatever. But one thing I know that I get the feeling with Bud is that if he really has something that's concerning, he'll say something to you about it. He ain't gonna let you goddamn take no motherfucking picture with him. He ain't gonna say shit, bro. And I'm not talking for him. I'm just saying from the vibe that I get, that how he handled other situations, like the Timothy Bradley situation. You know what I'm saying? All these other situations that the people who's up there tripping. All these boxers, they have different situations. They getting punched in the head. These dudes don't fuck with us like that unless you from their town and they grew up with you and y'all cool. But I have to be a thou wow with you, Spence. That's all. Like, damn, bro, if you're gonna hold somebody accountable, I can see how Bud addressed Blue. Bud addressed Blue like, hey man, you've been talking a lot of shit about me. Like, he dressed down for none and it was warranted. Because every single day you're talking bullshit about somebody. But this is not the case right here. This is something where something irritated you, that he had supported Crawford at one time, you know, and you felt that was the only time he supported Crawford. No, bro. He was Crawford first, and in between that, it was you. And then he felt the opportunity because they left the gate open. Oh, be okay. Yeah, Blue. Yeah, nigga. I remember. Yeah. You used to rock with it then. But see, what people don't know is that BLK Prime, they offered a couple of other content creating groups that slot that Blue got. They just didn't go for him first. I know that's what he wanted y'all to believe, but that wasn't the case. One of them was Fight Hype. Fight Hype turned it down. So they wanted somebody to be the plug, the gateway, the lifeline to the YTC about this situation. So what happened? Terrence Crawford happened to be fighting David Avanesian, and we already know what happened from then on. People start going around, and man, Blue was soaking it all up. Oh my God, I've been waiting for this moment. Thank you, Holy Jesus. Oh, thank you, Father. Thank you. I come to you humble, Father. Thank you so very much. I come to you humble. I've been waiting for this moment. This is my glory. I feel like I'm at the door of heaven, God. Thank you. I mean, come on. This is the moment. You can feel it. This nigga's taking all the credit for everything. This is what he always dreamed about. But still didn't get nothing from it. He didn't get anything from it except people saying that, oh no, this is not what we do, Blue. We are heavy Errol Spence supporters. You need to stick to that. And look, these niggas would drop links, bro. They would goddamn copy that link as quick as on the way, and they'll send it to Errol Spence DM on IG. Anybody on his team, they'll do it. I know Dookie do it. I know it. Errol Spence, you know, for the one time, yeah. You know, World Combat Sports over there talking shit about you right there, man. You know me, I'm always team Spence, man. I'm up here. Yeah, you know, I had to let you know what's going on because he always talking that bullshit over there, man. Don't believe nothing he say. But I just thought I wanted to drop this link to you right quick. You know, let me know what you think of it, man. Sometimes you don't want to come to the show, man. Hit me up on the show, man. Come on, man. I love to have you over right there. You know, I know you fucks with the one time for the one time. Come on. But truth be told, bro, this is gonna hurt. This shit is gonna hurt, man. For a long time, because you know you were steadily trying to recover from the BLK situation. People never let you live that down. The only way you could have lived that and recover is what I told you. You had to go solo dolo and build up Blue Blood Sports. That's all. But nigga, you don't want to listen to me. It's all good. You know. You know what I'm saying? You got people that you saying your mans and them, like Shaw News is doing more than what you're doing right now. But you're telling people you promoting fights and everything. Why can't you do that shit on your own? Are you doing it just because you're attached to an organization? If not, learn what independence means. because I've seen him do his work. I can vouch for him and what he does. I can vouch for him and who he's connected to. But how's he getting a press conference and you're not? You're not growing, bro. You're talking about numbers, but I can submit for credentials and I can shoot ringside and I can do all this stuff, but you're not. Told me, Blue, back on you, that you work smarter, not harder. That's why you had all your camera equipment in there, right? So if you're working smarter, not harder, right? How are you affected from not getting approved for credentials on either side easily? You're BBS, man. Come on, bro. You're the one and only. Been in this game for a minute. It's time for you to go solo dolo. I'm going to tell you once, and I'm going to tell you for the last time. Your reputation right now needs an intervention. You have the opportunity to go off what you created. You have created a brand, right? So you can take you and your brand and walk away. You just don't want to do it because Scotty keep on telling you to do it. I know, because y'all love calling me by my first name. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay, bro. But let me tell you once again, bro, you have time to recover. You just have to have the intestinal fortitude to jump your ass out here and know what it's going to do once you go live. After you do it, the least amount of people that you're going to have in your chat. You're going to have to build that shit up like I did, homie. You and me, we're going to have the same people in our motherfucking chat. And I'm going to reach over there and say, hey, tighten up. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, Blue. Don't worry. If you got goddamn 30, 35, 40, 45 people in your chat, and it's quite different, you know, you can pay for them motherfuckers. But I'm talking about organically. Don't worry about it, man. You can recover, bro. But you keep on going about it this way, it's going to be difficult for you to recover from this humiliation that Spence put you in today. Real talk. I don't know why he did you like that, but yes, I do. Because he took something that's really just a surface, you know, just like a little abrasion. And he turned that shit into a deep cut incision. That's what he did. I'm talking about like rusty nail type shit. Charred glass type shit. Like the way he cut you open in front of the people, bro, that's embarrassing. How do you recover from that, man? That's straight up humiliation, my brother. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, but there's certain people that wouldn't be caught in that position. Like if you ain't fucking with a fighter, don't go over there and fuck with him. And being that you didn't even know how this nigga felt about you, obviously, you felt it was comfortable for you to go up here and propose the shit to him, and he make it seem like y'all was friends forever. You know what I'm saying? You that's what I heard from you. Yeah. Bro, we ain't playing Yahtzee, goddammit. Or how did you think Spence was gonna react? How did you think? This nigga's been waiting forever. They gave you the old bolo punch, man. Be on the lookout. They was waiting for you to get that space, man. This nigga's waiting for you to ask that question so he can tell you you switched up and you wanted the Terrence Crawford. Whatever that was. What was it? He played you, bro. So you know what it is already. You already know what it is. You brought it up. Well, you know, how did that work out? Oh my God, man. I can't really speak too much more in depth on it because this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. Like, it's no way in hell that he should have been that invested in you unless he shot you a DM or something like that. And y'all was communicating on DM and you say, sources, my sources. I'm talking about straight from Errol Spence himself. Sources tell me this. Sources tell me that. No, Spence wasn't communicating with you like that on a personal level. So how can you allow this man to say you switched up? Like, first of all, if you're going to like attempt to embarrass me and put me on the spot in front of my compeers, my media compeers, at least let it be for a good damn reason. At least within me, I can understand I fucked up, but I don't want you to fuck me up. Like that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's really fucked up, bro. Like, I didn't know how much you gave a damn about what I was saying, but yet you wait to tell me. You wait for your actions to spill out in front of the general public like that. It's extremely fucked up. But once again, I'm not up here defending Blue. Blue, you asked for it, you got it, brother. You thought, with your ego and everything, you can just walk up there and people just take you for Blue Blood Sports, and they was gonna give you no, you don't have it like that. You don't got it like that, bro. You don't got it. And don't try to make this about me. I'm talking about general public record, just like everybody else. This shit made you out there looking crazy because after he told you that, you was up there studying. No, you should have been on your game, bro. You know what I'm saying, Blue? You should say, first of all, you're 5'8". You should start breaking it down. You're 5'8", your eye color brown, and then your shoulder width is 7.5 inches, and your arm is 76 inches. You have on, dress clothes. You have Gucci loafers on. You have Izod shirt and socks, Igal socks. Your wristwatch costs you $77.60. And you should start breaking that shit down to him, Blue, just like you do all the time. You should have broke that shit down for him. Real talk. Real talk. You should start breaking that shit down. If you ever wanted to impress somebody, that should have been the time right there. You should have started breaking that shit down. Let them know. But you failed, bro. You let that man walk over you and try to make it seem like y'all had a personal rapport or something like that. That shit, you of all people, you should have knew what that was like after what Crawford told you. Seriously. Let me get some of these chats, man. Showtime say, EJ a foul dude. He would have never done that to Ellie Satback. Never, Ellie. Like I said before, shout out to Martin King Boxing on deck. Salute to you, brother. He played Blue like they was basically kinship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call it as I see it. Like, come on, bro. Like, you want to make it seem like we had a bond with one another. Like, there was something closer than the media shit. How? Come on, we switched up. So you talking about what I said online, switching up, right? So just the person that you're fighting right now, you're mad that he was supporting the guy who you have to deal with July 29th and gonna take your. That's what you mad at. I already knew what it was. I know the resistance I was getting for a purpose. I knew the resistance I was getting for a purpose, but I was there to get the content. I knew that space, that space was there giving me resistance for a reason. I knew they was doing this shit on purpose. They wanted me to they just wanted to keep it going and make it seem like, oh, so-and-so's here to be disruptive. Can you send him to the principal's office, please? Please send him now. We need to get him in in-house detention. They wanted to build it up, bro. But I'm glad they underestimate. Because they was trying, they was trying to embarrass a nigga, keep talking shit, trying to talk down and talk loud for no reason. Look, this is, I'm done with Blue, man. I'm done with Blue. How can you be so aggressive with somebody who have been in your organization over a year and a half, damn near? How can you come at me so harshly and act like I just attended the fight card recently and I was just walking into the ring smoking a cigarette and be like, I get out this motherfucker when I feel like it. When I get and smoke this mother, I just chose to take my smoke break right here in the ring. Ain't nobody gonna do shit about it. Like, I'm seeing this person give me all this negative energy. And I say, This is purpose. This is on purpose. It don't look. Let me tell you something else because I don't care. I don't care. Look, I even told this person. This person say, "Oh, I just wanted to come over there, right?" Because they having a big fight. I say it's a big fight. It's the biggest fight in boxing. Did I want to come over there and say, "Oh yeah, I want to come over there because Bud Crawford, I'm looking for him to lift those 3 belts off Spence, and I want to get an interview and do some media scrum and just be on deck, to have the privilege to be on deck as media." That's really what my purpose is. That's really what my sole purpose is. But I don't want to tell them that. But they kept on. Rah, rah, rah. I said, damn, if you have information on me, stop trying to provoke a situation to get somebody upset and riled up. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want to try to make them look a certain way. You approve me for credentials, but yet you want to make it seem like it's something else. And they just couldn't put their face out there. Oh my God. I keep on embarrassing him. Just ask the member of Fight Hype. Just ask them. They'll tell you. See, they're not gonna say anything because they don't want to be in the bad standing. But when people is just constantly rah, 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 I say, how? And I haven't been here in such a long time, dog. I've been over at Top Rank. I was telling people, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then I said, nah, I am gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? What can it hurt? I'm just gonna, after I found out, got submit. All right, cool. God looked out for me. God approved. When people attempt to say, feel like they're in control and letting evil lead the way, that's how they be misguided sometimes. That's how they're misguided. You know what I'm saying? Faith is everything to me. So when I walked up in there and this particular person wanted to give me all that energy, let me break some shit down to you. Let me kind of narrow this shit down to you, right? This person was all up in my face, y'all. I'm a 6'2.5", 3. It depends on if I got on some freaking boots or something. I can bump my shit up, man. But my box rec say 6'3" and 4/4 and an inch. You know what I'm saying? But this person seen me with a Deontay Wilder shirt on back in the day. Till this day, this person walked up to me and said, "You're media?" I said, "Yes." He said, You can't wear that shirt." I said, "Why?" Then they could take a minute to going off on me like I knew. I said, I'm asking because I don't know. Now this person gets close up to me in my face, mad because I got a till this day Deontay Wilder shirt on and I'm wearing it into a presser. I did not know that you couldn't wear another fighter's memorabilia because they say it's biased. But yet you have media asking biased ass questions all the time. So I get biased if you're supporting that media outlet and you're approving them for credentials all the time. They can do what the fuck they want. Because I know I've heard the same media members ask controversial questions just for views all the fucking time. But yet you're gonna try to be mad because I have a till this day. So this person is all up in my space, right? I say you're actually too close. I don't know who you are, but so that's when I found out that person actually worked for, that particular organization. So I tried to remove myself from the situation. That person continued to talk about, oh, you ain't getting into nothing until you go change that shirt now. And then just talking to me. I said, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck are you? And then somebody came over and told me who that person was. I said, okay, she's still disrespectful as fuck. Why talk to me like that? I don't know what the hell. I never met them in my life, y'all. I never met them in my motherfucking life. And they was that motherfucking rambunctious, belligerent. I go to a motherfucking store, purchase a shirt, and come back, and they say, "Oh, well," they try to act like I wasn't getting in. I said, "But you told me to go get a shirt, though." I did. I went back and changed. All the time they looking, they looking, just giving me such a hard time. I was like, "What's the wrong? Is that infatuation here? Is there one of those people? It's infatuation that you have this weird, strange, awkward attraction? Like, what the fuck is going on?" Just because I supported Deontay Wilder heavy, like what do you know that I don't know? Because you putting a lot of energy into this, and I'm like, why? And then want to act like she wasn't gonna give me a ban. I finally got the ban, and I went in there. All I heard was rah 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 rah. And look, people, I'm being totally honest with you. This happened over several fights that I was covering over there, dealing with the same motherfucker. And look, she don't know I'm killing her with kindness, man. I'm killing her with kindness. She's been like rah 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 rah. Like that? You seriously like that? Like several fights over and over and over and over again. Several fights, rah rah rah, all in my ear and all this shit. People looking at her like she crazy. I say something's fucking wrong with her. Something's seriously wrong. So I get out there to this one, the same fucking thing, y'all. I haven't been out there in a year and a half. No cap. I'm getting the same rah, 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 rah. Like, what's crazy about it is that when I went there early, like I always do, and I just recon the area, it wasn't really nothing. It just looked like a regular, it wasn't even really nothing set up like you seen it on the freaking the broadcast. So I'm leaving. I'm walking out to the back. All of a sudden I hear somebody call my name. So we have Showtime people over there. We have Showtime people over there just sitting, and once again, she goes off on me. I said, "What's wrong with you?" Now, granted, listen, people, this is how strange this shit is, right? I talked to her on the phone. We communicated via phone. And I reached out to her to ask, I say, "Is it okay for me, to do this? Because I want to come out there and cover this, blah, blah, blah." And then, like she always do, this, and this. Because, look, I got denied for all Deontay Wilder's fights with Tyson Fury. You know what I was told? Whatever they told me. I'm not going to repeat it, right? I took it. All right, cool. I couldn't get approved for none of them. So when all these so-called members was getting approved and Deontay Wilder had to get them approved, I knew why, right? All right, cool. Boom, nothing. Got a number, call her up, cordial, professional. And she always talked disrespectful, bro. Disrespectful shit. For no reason. I said, "I don't know what's going on with you." And then I said, she was talking about this point in time last year and this. I said, "Well, I did have, a death in the family. My sister, she committed suicide, stuff like that." And shit, she was up there talking all this shit. And if you're listening, I'm telling the motherfucking truth, right? I said, "Yeah, my sister at this point in time, I wasn't doing this because, we was going through that." Oh, I didn't know that. Now she's knowing this before I got up to Cali because she said it was cool for me to show up. I said, I'm gonna show up to the one in Cali. "Oh, you are?" She thought I was, I only could afford the Groupon and go to New York. I'm going to Cali. "Oh, okay." I get up there. Yes, approved. Kudos to you. You the one said, you said I was approved. But yet I get up there and she up there, she acting like she had a kind heart, right? About my sister and all that. And my sister has nothing to do with this. It's me at the end of the day, right? Same thing. She's up here acting like it's fresh, y'all. Something's wrong. something just ain't right. Something wrong. Like I never did anything wrong to this person at all. But the way she be coming off on me is hilarious. She tries too hard. Like I'm there to get content and you busy up there trying to get me out. Like she wanted me to waste my trip. She was kept out rah, rah, rah. So I just told her straight up. I said, listen, I don't even know where you getting this energy from. You acting like this shit yesterday. I let the people know. The Fight Hype people was around there. I said, I haven't even been here in a year and a half, and she up here telling, you do what you want and all that. When the last time I did what I want? When the last time I did what I want? I remember being in Vegas, right? And I'm chilling outside the Studio B. I'm chilling. She comes out of the studio. What you doing standing out here? Media's supposed to be in there. I said, I don't have to stand in there. Who said I have to sit in there? It's not even anything going on in there. We just picked up credentials and people just going in there. I said, this is a motherfucking casino. The fuck you talking about? People looking at her like she crazy. Like, why would you come out here and tell me I need to be in there? And nothing's going on. It's afternoon. Nothing's going on, bro. We just picked up credentials and you can go in there if you want. Nothing's going on. If you catch a fighter going in there, cool. That's what it is. But she has this weird dynamic, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm gonna say about it. I got the footage that I wanted. You know, I was able to, you know, cover, you know, get the interview with Team Crawford and So Cold. Make sure you check out the interview with So Cold. You know what I'm saying? Also, I did an interview with Lolo Harris. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lolo Harris. Finally bumped into him and his dad. I already bumped into him though, but that was the first time he meeting his pops. So I did an interview with Lolo Harris. He was out there too. And I wanted to get one with Jorge Linares, but I was more so vested in getting an interview with So Cold, getting that done. And then I had a flight to catch. But at the end of the day, I'm off that. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. It's good to have the pleasure to be able to cover the fighters, you know, especially Crawford on the brink of him making history. It's awesome, bro. Just like I said about Deontay Wilder, him reigning champion. Hey, I was able to cover him when he was reigning defending champion, and that was awesome. Now, you know, I get to cover another fight I support heavy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and be two-time undisputed champion. Look, it can't be. If my side is who it is, I can't sit up here and be influenced by you all to say, well, this who you're supposed to support and why. No, it's not like that, because if anybody in their right sense of mind, man, they will understand that the communication relationship has to be a closer bond just than anything else. Like I rock with who I rock with. It ain't no switch stance. It ain't no switch stance. You either in or you out. It ain't no in between just because they fighting so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? Just like me supporting Jahad Tucker. I got people trying to make shit difficult in my hometown, all because a fighter come out of my hometown that I don't even know. And I've been supporting Tucker long before this fight came about. I mean, what the fuck is that about, man? And I'm like, oh, well, he's coming out of your town. I don't know him. I don't have no problem with him, but I don't know him. It's just the niggas that's around him try to make a big deal. Come on, bro. The fuck out of here. Word, that's what I said. Blue should have said, are you drunk or high, switched up? What that mean? For real, man, what the fuck does that mean? I think Wilder, just a freak of nature, but the craft is what grows you a bigger fan base. I don't know about that, man. I think partially Martin King, I don't know about the craft, what gets you a bigger fan base, because, you know, playing boxers can box. Playing boxers can box. It's playing that, but do that mean you can jump on pay-per-view? If you can box and you have the skill set, does that mean you'll sell pay-per-views? I know what you're talking about. Maybe that is exclusive or inclusive to the heavyweight division that you're talking about. Maybe that's specifically to them. Shout out to MD Mills on deck, man. It's even worse because he made him diss his own company, BLK, and then came back to Blue at the end and answered his question last. Classic manipulation tactic known as punishment reward. Oh, God damn. Man, appreciate that the way you worded that. No doubt, man. Talk your shit. Damn. I didn't even know he answered this question at the end. But that don't make any difference. So you want to basically slap me on the motherfucking wrist? You want to know, hold your palms up, close your eyes. Can you give me that? Yeah, give me that ruler. I said close your eyes. I mean, we getting hit on the palm with rulers. Stand there. You better not cry. I'll get back to you at the end when everything's on it. No, hell no. I would have been out that motherfucker. Oh, about peace. Forward, march, love, right, Lord, right, love, right, Lord, right, color right, march, happy and left, right, left. Man, I would have been about that motherfucker, dog. I would have went and interviewed somebody else, man. I got to go up here right quick. All these people that can. Shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing. Coach Malachi, what's good with it, brother? Donnell Jones. Shit. You notice how I called Coach Malachi. I had Bomac up here the entire time because they trying to act like that man don't exist. You got to give him the same amount of credit. You know, it ain't like he ain't had no champion in his stable. You know what I'm saying? See, I was going to put that up there the whole time, but now since I've gotten through what I had to get through, I put it up there now. Shout out to Terrence Crawford. I appreciate you, man. Every time I want a picture, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So I appreciate the brother for being professional and being, you know, the pound for pound best in the game, man. Shout out to you, man. Continue. You know, do what you do. If you listen to what I asked him, I was pretty much trying to say, without saying it, like, you know, how you sustain your discipline outside in between fights and everything. Is that going to play a role come July 29th? Pretty much what we already know outside of everything with Spence and all that. Do he believe that's going to play a role with him in the way he take care of his body, you know, his nutrition, living a healthy lifestyle and everything? Do you think that's going to play a role come July 29th? I do. I think so. I think so. Andy said, I saw a lot of nervousness on that Spence side this couple of days. I don't know if they was nervous or not. I wasn't really paying attention to what Spence had going on for real, for real. I ain't gonna lie. Karate Body, what's good? I wasn't really paying attention, bro. Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens, what's good? What's good? The internet DP blew for that. Man, dude, no way. No way. How that work out? Man, Carrick don't follow what the audience say. He follows what's a compliment. Proves Crawford is the longest reigning on pound for pound list, 412 months straight. Damn, dog. Good shit, man. That's a good educational tidbit that I didn't know. He's been on the pound for pound list 412 days. I wish I would have found that out closer to the fight. Now I'm going to have to use that leading up to the fight because I know it's going to get all itchy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get itchy. And people want to, You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Reggie Owens. I know he's a Bud Crawford supporter, man. Salute to you, man. It's good to have you in the building. For real. He said put 78 put a hit out on WCS audio. Reggie is a legitimate Bud Crawford fan. I remember you support him, Reggie. I remember you did. You still do, dog. I know you do, man. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home. Omaha. Come on home. Come on home. I said, I come on home to Omaha. Sing it one more again. Come on. Come on home. Come on now. Come on now. ITC Boxing to you. What's good? He said, one love to the Archbishop WCS. Bro, why did he stutter like that? Arrowhead, Blue Blood shook. He did, man. Man, dude, that was the time to switch stances, right? That was the time to show him you can switch from orthodox to whatever it is needed for you to get through that damn counter shot he gave you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever stance you needed. You know what I'm saying? The crouching tiger. You know what I'm saying? The pink flamingo. Something. The Indonesian chimpanzee. Something. You needed some style, some kung fu style. Shit. You asked that question, man, bro. BLK kept Crawford from being shelved just like a lot of PBC members. PBC boxers are shelved any platform. Hey, man, I commend him from freaking, taking that fight with David Avanesian. You know what I'm saying? Do what you have to do to survive and make the money, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You do what is smart for business. Look, who's to say, right? You leave a promotion where everybody's been bitching and complaining about that you on a plantation. You lead a motherfucker. You solo dolo free agent, the same free agent that they was praising when Canelo did it, to get out, and just be free to make all the money he can. Like I remember, Canelo's free to make all the money. Crawford do it. Now it's a problem. Now, what they was complaining about, he's done it. He walks in there and tried to negotiate, and they act like, oh, man, he don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing, dog. He has no idea. He don't know what he's doing, man. He should take 80-20. I mean, where did money come into play? I thought you was happy about his actions. His actions said, it was time for him to leave. So he left out this last fight, and he parted ways, and on it went. And what did he try to do? When people was up here talking about, oh, well, he ain't doing that. He just got out the ring reporter. They talking about he ain't doing that. He should fight Boots. And then, Timothy Smith, the whole jamboree, right? It's no need to go through it. The man waited around to fight Spence. He waited around, bro. He was out of the ring over a year. And he gets no motherfucking credit, dog. He was out the ring over a year. But yet Canelo can leave and become a free agent, and they having a whole parade out this bitch. Crawford do it. They up here calling attorneys and lawyers. Is it free for him to walk around? Did he violate any contractual obligations and stipulations and decision making? Any of that? Is he in violation? We need to know. They sent out the motherfucking cavalry to see if he violated anything. You had retired attorneys being summoned by these YTC link droppers. Is there any way you can give me some information? I'll shoot you a cash app. I just really need to know, is it him being a free agent? Did he do everything he's supposed to do with Top Rank? Because they might have had an oversight, and we just want to make sure everything is covered. Okay? Because if he's in violation, we're taking his license. We're petitioning for him to get his license taken. No, the man was a free agent. Give him the credit he's deserved for going over there trying to make the fight. That's why I also asked the question, like, what prompted you? Like, you called him up. Really? How did that come about? Because that wasn't denied. That wasn't refuted. That is absolutely fact. He said it several times now that he called up Spence. Well, he said he shot him a text to get the ball rolling. So it goes against everything that they were saying that this man didn't want to fight. He called him up again. So I'm good where I was before, that he was trying to make the fight by all means necessary. And he just couldn't come to a common denominator with the contractual details. You know what I'm saying? If you agreed to everything, doesn't mean you just sign your damn career away because they changed something up at the last minute. L-Dog, what's good? Cooking with Sir Senior, what's good? Salute. They think all YTC boxing media are thirsty. They do, man. Not all of them, though. But there's some, man. They just think, like, I want to know the connection. That's all. I just want to know if we connected and you respect me what I'm doing. Like, I don't go around here. You don't say, hey, shout out to all veterans, those who served. United States Marine Corps. I'm not up here sounding like Shaq. Served 20 years. Retired. Doing me. Falling boxing. Doing media. I want to know you got love for what I do. I need some motivation. Like I said, I'm retired. I'm trying to be the best at what I do. Will it help me out if I knew you gave a damn about me as I do for you? I'm only here supporting. I'm serious, man. Let me know something. If you're going to front me out in front of people, let me know I'm doing something right. You know, look, people think it has to be verbal. It doesn't have to be verbal. It can just be actions, right? You know what I'm saying? You can never talk to this person, but, you know, actions say, okay, we good, because really me, I just don't really show no action to let you. No, man. If you ain't hitting that person in their DM, tell them I appreciate what you're doing. I rock with it. I respect it. But these cats don't have no idea, man. They have no idea, for real. They have no idea, bro. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. What's good, OG? What's good with it? Coach got an anti-goon squad. They're not going shit. Hey, I'm be, make sure you check out the picks on. I will be filtering them out periodically throughout the week. And like I said, it was a press conference, so you have to get the lens where you fit in. You have to lens the moment wherever it opens. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. Like, you have to know what you're doing. You have to lens the moment whenever you can, and that's that. That's all I can say about it, man. Like, I'm not going to exhaust all my frames, but of course I'm gonna put some of my frames with my thumbnails because it's my content. That's a good thing about taking your own content. You can use it, especially all the way up to this fight, especially with Crawford on the podium. I can frame a question however I see fit using what I have in the press conference. You know what I'm saying? I can frame any one of them that I want. It's my content, bro. Let me talk about this. I saved it for last because I was trying to explain. I did explain to a couple of people that was in attendance. I'm not gonna mention their name though, because I don't want them to feel some type of way and this, that, and the other. Because no, but I do find out when people that may slightly know about you meet you in person, you have a boxing dialogue and they can't shake you. We talking about off the computer, just having a boxing dialogue about boxing, and they say some things. You're just like, nah, and you're basically making a point off a person that you connect with. I'm not saying psychologically I know everything about that person. I'm just having a debate a semi-debate with them about what they believe and what I don't believe. So Teofimo Lopez came up, right? You know, shout out to Showtime for dropping this, you know. Let me remove this comment. So Teofimo Lopez pulled up the NYC. And like I was telling people, man, he know how to promote himself. Why is he at NYC? This is for Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Why? Because he's going to basically soak in as much exposure as possible. I try to tell people, this is a guy that's supposed to be mentally disturbed, right? But he know what time to show, right? And people still want to get around him and talk about the fight that he just had with Josh Taylor. You feel me? Like, I try to tell people this dude knows what he's doing. Him and his pops knows what he's doing. He's there. Shout to Andrew, the guy that's standing in the back. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Andrew. You know, like, dude, he knows how to get his name out there. He's back on top right now. He's back on top. Do you see any other champion over there in NYC from the 140-pound division? Like, this dude just beat Josh Taylor. And he put out a tweet and say, you know, how y'all like, what do y'all rate me for playing a fool to sell the fight or whatever? I was telling people that, but they was busy up here like they did T.O. with Lomachenko. They just felt that he didn't have what it takes. How many times he gonna play y'all ass, man? Y'all busy want to factor in his pops all the time and him and how they be playing off each other. And then they say, oh man, he's not mentally stable. He shouldn't be allowed to box. Dude, he played y'all. He show up to NYC and he takes the freaking over a portion of the presser. That's smart. That's smart as shit, man. Before I get up out of here, I definitely want once again give a big shout out to Tim Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I'll be putting out plenty of frames that I took. You know, the team, Errol Spence and Team Spence and Team Crawford. Like I said, you know, it's going to be hot grease all the way from here, all the way to fight day, period. And the only way you're going to change up, you know, anything is wait till it played out in the results. I'm going to continue to keep my same energy. You know what I'm saying? 3 belts to 1, 1 to 3. Both of these guys have to have the last piece of the puzzle. The last piece of the puzzle either has to be Spence belts or Crawford's belts. You know what I'm saying? It has to be either or. It has to be either or. But what you need to do is make sure you do put some respect on his name. Put some respect on it. And just so you understand what he's sitting at right now and what it's going to be come July 30th. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you haven't already did it, be sure to check this out. You know what I'm saying? It's time. Go get yours if you haven't already got it. Until next time, man, y'all hold this shit down. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.